Guru Yoga is one of the first meditation practices that many people experience when learning to meditate in Tibetan lineages, and it is typically recited at the beginning of every meditation and teaching. In this video, we'll dive into why Guru Yoga, or Lama Neljor in Tibetan, is considered so important, and how to do the practice so that you get the maximum benefit. I will be describing how the practice is typically done in the Yungdrung Bön lineage, but there are many variations, both within the lineage and across other lineages. But the principles are the same across all of them, so you'll find benefit even if you're practicing in another lineage. Let's begin by looking at the name, Guru Yoga. What does it mean? Guru in Sanskrit, or Lama in Tibetan, is the term for teacher. Yoga refers to union, or literally yoke. The term can be traced back to the term for a harness in which two oxen are bound together to jointly pull a cart or plow. Guru Yoga is joining the mind of the practitioner with that of the teacher. Since the teacher has achieved a high level of consciousness or self-realization, this supports the development of the practitioner. On another level, Guru Yoga is about feeling a connection with a lineage. For the teachings have been passed down generation to generation, from teacher to student, in an unbroken lineage. In Guru Yoga, we are connecting not only to our teachers in this lifetime, but to all the teachers in the lineage, stretching back in time to the Buddhas. And as we connect with the lineage, we ask for their support, their guidance in our path. These great masters have taken the vow of the Bodhisattvas, meaning that they will remain connected to this world to support the realization of all beings, even if they no longer have a physical body. In some ways, this is similar to the tradition of praying to saints in the Catholic tradition, where it is believed that the saints respond to our prayers. But in the practice of Guru Yoga, we are not praying for healing or material support, but to realize our own true Buddha nature. We are praying for self-realization so that we can truly help others through wisdom and compassion. How do we actually do the practice of Guru Yoga? Well, there are many ways, but I will describe a fairly elaborate way and then offer ways that it can be simplified so that you can find the version that best suits you. Guru Yoga has three components: a visualization, the recitation of the prayer, and a heartfelt intention to connect with the lineage masters. Remember that Guru Yoga is fundamentally about merging our awareness with that of an enlightened being, which brings wisdom and peace. We do not visualize our own teacher when we practice Guru Yoga, but a figure that symbolizes all the enlightened masters of the lineage, as well as our teacher or teachers in this lifetime. In the Yungdrung Bön lineage, most commonly we visualize Taparitsa as a naked white Buddha surrounded by rainbow light. Taparitsa was a yogi from the 7th and 8th centuries that achieved complete enlightenment so profound that he transformed into light, and later manifested in the form of an 11-year-old boy in order to transmit the teachings to the next generation. Taparitsa literally means little luminous boy. It is also common to visualize Shenla Okar, the Buddha of compassion, or other Buddhas, such as Sherab Chama or Tompa Shinrab, when performing Guru Yoga. Whichever we visualize, they represent the infinite wisdom of all the enlightened ones and our teachers in this lifetime. Now let's go over the Guru Yoga prayer. We'll be using a common 4-line Guru Yoga prayer from the Yungdrung Bön tradition, but there are many other versions, all with a similar intent. Of course, the Tibetan of this prayer has been translated many different ways, but they are all interpretations of the same original. From the crown of my head, palace of great bliss, I pray to you, benevolent Root Lama. O precious one, grant me the blessings to recognize my own true nature as a Buddha. Let's unpack this so that you understand the meaning of the prayer. The first sentence is, from the crown of my head, palace of great bliss, I pray to you, benevolent Root Lama. One of the practices related of Guru Yoga is to visualize your teacher always sitting on the crown of your head, blessing you and guiding you in your decisions in every moment. The phrase of Palace of Great Bliss refers to our crown chakra, for in meditation, there can arise many blissful experiences in the crown. Root Lama refers to a teacher in whom we have complete confidence to guide us on our spiritual path. We all have many teachers in our lives, but a Root Lama is one that we hold in highest esteem. We are very fortunate if we meet our Root Lama in this lifetime. But what if we haven't met someone that we would consider our Root Lama? Then we have the intention that our visualization represents all the great enlightened masters of the lineage. The next line is, O precious one, grant me the blessings to recognize my own true nature as a Buddha. O precious one is the translation of the Tibetan term Rinpoche, for it is truly a precious being who helps us understand and experience that our true nature is that of an enlightened Buddha. In Tibetan, the prayer can be sung this way. Jesu Dewa Chen Bodram Dudrichen Zawe Lama Lazolwa Deb Sanjay Seumzu Tumbarumbo Chirang no rangi Shebar Jinjiro. You probably noticed that we pause before the last syllable of each line, then use that syllable as a bridge to the next line. When practicing Guru Yoga, this prayer can be recited once, 3 times, or many more times if you're using it as your principal meditation. If you sing it multiple times, you connect the last syllable to the last line with the beginning of the first line like this. Parjinji Lo Chizug Dewa. Of course, we can recite the prayer in our own language, but there is also a unique power in singing a prayer in Tibetan that has been sung by the lineage for thousands of years. Now, what are we supposed to be visualizing as we recite this beautiful prayer? We begin by seeing Taparitsa, or other enlightened Buddha, in the space in front of us, in a clear, open sky. Try to feel through the image of Taparitsa a connection to all the enlightened masters of the lineage, masters who are the embodiment of wisdom and compassion. He also represents our kind lamas who have shared the precious teachings with us in this lifetime. While feeling a deep sense of devotion and inspiration, we bring our hands together at our hearts as we begin reciting the Guru Yoga prayer 3 times. As we recite the prayer the first time, we are purified by the 3 active elements of fire, wind, and water, symbolized by the syllables Ram, Yang, and Mang, coming from the heart of Taparitsa. First, the powerful wisdom flames of Ram radiate from Taparitsa's heart, which enters our bodies and our minds, burning away our negativities, old karmas, and ignorance. Then the green winds of Yang emanate from his heart, further purifying our body and mind. And finally, the beautiful blue waters of Mang flow from his heart through our body and mind, washing away any subtle negativities that might remain, leaving us a clear and clean vessel, ready to receive the blessings of the teachings. As we recite the Guru Yoga a second time, we receive the empowerments of body, speech, and mind from Tapahritsa through the sacred syllables of Ah, Om, Hung. First, the clear light of Ah radiates from Tapahritsa's forehead into our forehead, the blessings and empowerment of the enlightened body. Then the beautiful red light of Om radiates from his throat to our throat, the blessings of enlightened wisdom speech. And finally, the powerful blue light of Hung radiates from his heart into our heart, the blessings of enlightened mind and heart-based awareness. Now we have completely unified with the enlightened master in body, speech, and mind, feeling that our body is identical to his and our mind is as vast as the sky. As we recite the prayer the third time, we see the clear light of Ah in Tapahritsa's forehead dissolving into light and descending into the Om in his throat, which then dissolves into light and dissolves into the blue Hung in his heart. The blue Hung in Tapahritsa's entire body dissolves into light and merges into his heart space, transforming into a single luminous tigle, or sphere of light. This tigle then comes toward us and dissolves into our hearts, and we become inseparable from Tapahritsa and the enlightened masters. We remain in this state and enjoy this perfect union for as long as we like. Practicing in this way will take around 5 minutes, but there are simpler versions of Guru Yoga that can be done more quickly if you like. One way is to visualize all the steps above while reciting the prayer only once, so everything simply takes place more quickly. Then you can rest in silence at the end to enjoy the completion of the practice. Another common way of simplifying the practice is to only visualize the second stage we described of receiving the blessings of body, speech, and mind into the forehead, throat, and heart while reciting the prayer once. Of course, many people also like to sing the prayer once in Tibetan and then recite aloud in their native language to help connect with the meaning. You can also sing aloud the syllables Ram, Yang, Mang, and later Ah, Om, Hung. In this method, you recite the Guru Yoga prayer the first time, cultivating a strong feeling of connection, and then sing Ram, Yang, Mang, while doing the visualizations of fire, wind, and water. Then you sing the prayer a second time while deepening your connection, then sing Ah, Om, Hung, and visualize the blessing of the 3 spaces. All of these methods are fine if they help you feel a strong connection to your teachers and the lineage. If you have the time, I would encourage you to sing the prayer 3 times and enjoy the full benefit of the blessings of the lineage. When people first learn Guru Yoga, they tend to assume it is a preliminary step before doing their main meditation practice, for we typically recite the prayer at the beginning of each practice. That is true, but it's also much more than a preliminary. When we connect deeply to the lineage through the prayer, it becomes a doorway to the highest levels of practice, for we are unifying our minds with masters that have achieved the highest realization. As one example of this, some years ago I attended an advanced Dzogchen retreat with my root master, Yongdzin Tenzin Namdak Rinpoche, the most senior teacher of the Bon lineage. This was on the meditation of the Zhanzhun Ninjum lineage. For 2 weeks, we practiced 4 sessions each day, and the only practice we did the entire time was Guru Yoga, followed by resting in the nature of mind. It was one of the most profound retreats I have ever enjoyed. I came to experience that there is no higher practice than Guru Yoga. I hope this brief introduction has been helpful in introducing the basics of the practice of Guru Yoga. I also provide a guided practice of Guru Yoga, which is linked at the end, and a link to a written guide. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel or browse the other meditation videos I offer on YouTube and my website. I also offer one-to-one coaching sessions for people who would like personal guidance in developing their meditation practices further. May your practices ripen and your realization grow ever deeper.